Yeah, so for the because we're playing the 2-player version, there is a third player is basically done by the AI deck here. Okay. So I'll run that during the course of the game. Let's see if I can just. You know what? That might be nice if I can just do that, because then, yeah, AI can just run up here. Perfect. It's just so that it's because of the way the numbers work in this grid here in the middle. There's 9 spots, and if there's only 2 of us, we end up with an odd number. So easier if we have a third player just to run that bit for us. So I'm just going to pop that there, flip it, and give it a shuffle. Cool. So would you like to get started? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. Cool. Right. Okay. So, cool. Cool. Right. So the game's called Haunticulture. It's a sequel to our previous title, which was called Ghostal. And the idea about Ghostal was that you were playing the ghosts that were scaring guests out of the hotel and scoring points that way. For Haunticulture, this is basically the sequel saying that, the ghosts have done their job. They've scared everybody out. However, they've not finished. They've now got to go into the gardens and fix those and get those looking nice as well, just to make sure it's the scariest house on the block. So the idea is that as ghosts, obviously we can't do things like rakes and use lawnmowers and stuff like that. So we have to hire the original gardeners, the zombies and skeletons and ghouls that used to look after the gardens, and use them to basically build our little plots here. And whoever has the best plot at the end of the game wins.
Someone said you can resurrect someone else to do work for you, but you can't push a lawnmower. That's interesting.
Yep.
That sounds like a choice.
Yeah, they're pretty lazy, these little ghosts. Yes, so, the idea is that you'll have your little crew here. So you've got the red crew, I've got the yellow crew. They're 6 cards, so if you want to just draw all 6 into your hand, they represent your starting crew, essentially. There should be 4 zombies, a skeleton, and a ghoul in there.
Help if this is the active window. All right.
Cool. And you'll see each of those has a number in the top. That's basically the gardening skill. That's how good at gardening this particular monster is. And then underneath are 2 abilities. There's one ability at the top that triggers as soon as you put that monster into the bidding bit in the middle of the garden here, or the gardening bit here. And then there's a second one which will trigger if there's 3 in a row of that monster, but that'll become clearer when we sort of go through the rules explanation. So during your turn, you're going to pick one of these cards from your hand and place it into one of these spots here. And essentially what you're doing is you're setting yourself up to bid for any tiles that are in the same row and column as that particular monster. So this one here, I'll be bidding on this one, and this one. Over the course of the game, this will fill up, and then it's your cumulative score that dictates whether you get to take those particular tiles or not. So, for example, in this situation here, I've got 4. Blue has got 3. So I would pick first, so I might grab that one, for example, and then blue would be forced to take whatever's left. If there was a third player involved, let's just pinch green's card here for a sec. Whoop.
Let's pinch green.
Pinch greens. So green would also take, if green was like last in the turn order here, they would then get a coin instead. So there's always something to gain from being involved in each of these bids. So yeah.
So I'm understanding. So for this one, because everything is gone, green coming in meant the coin would be like their consolation prize.
Exactly, yeah. So the tiles don't go until all of this board is filled up. So we would wait until these 6 spots here are filled as well, and then we figure out who has got the highest in the row, or if it was the column like this, for example, who had the highest in the column. Yeah, so that's how that works, basically. So yeah, that's the bidding side of it. The other thing to note is the abilities. So when I play a zombie card, you'll see the top ability will trigger, and that allows me to grab a coin from the bag. So I can get myself a little bit of money to get myself started on some of these other activities that you can do, which I'll explain as we go along. If there is a situation, however, where, for example, there are 2 of a particular monster type, and someone places the 3rd in a row of that monster type, like this, for example, they would then, instead of getting the top ability, they would get the bottom ability, the sort of 3 of a kind ability, as it were. For zombies, that's really powerful because it's take any plant tile from this bag up here, this purple bag, and you get to pick which plant tile you take. So that's quite handy. For the skeleton, their top ability is dig. which allows you to clear any spot on your garden. So at the moment, all we've got in our garden are like piles of gold. So you would clear that gold out, and that becomes gold that you can then spend later on. If you had, say, a plant in your garden, for example, these little guys here are worth -3 at the end of the game. You might want to dig that out and just sort of throw it away to see.
How do I know
Sorry?
which tile is worth what?
So when we come to the next phase, we can discuss the scoring. So basically, up here are 6 scoring cards that tell you how each thing affects your scoring at the end of the game.
Okay. Oh, I see it. All right, cool.
Cool. So that's the skeleton. It's 3 in a row ability. If you ever trigger that, it's dig twice, which is great. And then the last one to worry about for the basic monsters is the ghoul. The ghoul's top ability is rummage, which is grab a random tile from the bag. Have I locked that bag? I have. Good. Phew. And then if you ever get 3 in a row of ghouls, it's going to steal. So you take a token from an opponent. So, which is can be quite nasty. It's hard to pull off, but yeah. But you'll see the ghoul is also very, very fast. So they're quite a powerful card, hence why you've only start with one of them. The other thing you can do with that gold that you're earning is over here, you'll see there's a row of these special monsters in purple. If during your turn you think, actually, I want to play one of these cards instead, you can fire one of the members of your crew. So I might say fire this zombie, for example. They just leave your deck completely. And then I would hire one of these monsters for however much gold is listed on the left-hand side there. So if I wanted the rag and bone skeleton, for example, I would pay 2 gold and I'd put them into the garden instead of the one I've just thrown away. Then trigger the ability as normal. So this one here is dig. If a plant tile is dug, gain 3 gold. So that's quite a nice one, especially if you've got those horrible especially if you've got those horrible snapperweeds. The other monsters here are the werewolf. When the werewolf goes into play, they've got fetch, so they can fetch one of these tiles. That, as long as it's a plant tile, you immediately just grab it, and it gets replaced by something from the bag. Let's give that a little shuffle.
So the fetch ability can fetch any plant tile you want. You're incentivized to fetch that one because it's worth negative points.
No, I would normally fetch that one because that's worth positive points. But yeah, you can only grab ones that are in the row and column that it's in. So if I placed it here, I can then grab this one instead, for example.
I thought you meant that this one was over in your garden area. You meant from the row or column that you're in.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. The dig ability is the one that hoiks it from your garden back out.
That's
the box.
That's a 3 in a row. How often does somebody have 3 werewolves in a row?
It's tricky.
Yeah, I was going to say that seems like it's going to cost a lot.
It probably will. I mean, we are still tweaking a few of the monster card like distributions, but it's not something that happens often, and it's not the most powerful ability anyway, so it's not really a big chaser. But it is, if you pull it off, it is quite nice. So the one thing to note with the werewolf though is you can see he's got no gardening skill whatsoever. So if he's placed in this row or column, he's not going to gain any tiles at all, or not even gold coins. He's just absolutely useless. Yep. So that's the werewolf. Then we've got the vampire. The vampire has no special abilities, but is really, really strong. And then the Nosferatu, who is another vampire, is very, very strong and has an ability that allows her to swap with another monster in the play zone here. So what would happen is if you play her there, and then you could swap them over and kind of steal somebody's position on the board.
Okay, so the vampire here is basically, hey, I need to play something last to get this pumpkin. I have to have it to complete the set based on its power up here. So I'd pay the money, the gold to get that because it's worth 5, which could tip the scale.
Exactly, yeah. So she's real muscle. She's one that's gonna really kind of bend this to the bidding phase to your will, basically.
But then Nosferatu is even better.
She's even better. She's slightly more expensive, but yeah, she's even better.
Because you can get vegan on it. What does that say?
Oh yeah, she's a vegan vampire. She's
Okay.
That's a little joke from our artist there. So yeah.
She's Bunnicula.
So, she's what? Sorry.
Oh, there was a book series when I was a kid called Bunnicula about a vampire bunny rabbit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not based on Monty Python's, is it the Holy Grail, where they had that evil bunny that sort of bounced around?
It came out well after that, so it could have been an influence.
Oh,
I wouldn't be
fantastic.
surprised if it was. That was a funny scene.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Oh, vernacular. Oh yeah, I suppose yeah. There's a lot of like the vampire movies that go into like eating animals, don't they? Instead, but she's vegan. I don't know how it works. Basically, it's a funny little joke.
She
and
likes beets.
Beets. Nice. Yeah, something like that. Blood oranges. That's her favorite.
There you go. That's even better.
There you go. Yeah, so that's the monster. So yeah, so instead of playing your basics, you discard them, pay the cost, and play that monster instead. We've also got these lovely overlays that. Oh, if I can grab one. That goes over the top just to denote that that's yours. At the end of the round, when you pick up your cards and sort of they go to a discard pile, you get to keep that card for the rest of the game. So that is now part of your crew for the rest of the game.
Oh.
So you may get to use it again if you buy it early enough, basically. Yeah, so that's the tiles, that's the bidding, and that's the buying. So once we've done all the sort of bidding and we've grabbed the tiles that correspond to where the values on the cards, we go into the planting phase. So the planting phase is based on so basically you want to plant things as they look. I'm not explaining this very well. Basically, the plants as you plant them will score points based on how you plant them. So any plant tiles that you pick up, which is these 6 here, these 6 tile types here, will score have to be planted. So you can't just ignore the snapperweeds, for example, which give you negative points. The way they score at the end of the game is based on obviously how you plant them. The most simple is the gloomy bloom, which is just 2 victory points no matter where it is in your garden. It doesn't matter. The pumpkin likes to grow in patches, so that's any rectangular shape that the pumpkin is in. Will change them. So if it's on its own, it's worth 1 VP. If you manage to get it into a rectangular patch of at least 2 pumpkins, it's worth 3 VP each. So it is well worth doing that. In this example here, if you manage to plant these 2 together, they'd be worth 3 each. And then if you planted this as your third, because it's not part of a rectangular patch, this one would only be worth 1 until you planted this one. And then suddenly it's now part of a bigger patch. And now they all become worth 3.
Gotcha.
Cool. Next one is the snapperweed. As I said, it's just negative 3 VP at the end of the game, so you want to try and get rid of those. The blood orange is a little bit unusual. This one likes to be surrounded by unique things. So the blood orange is worth 1 VP for each unique tile around it, and that does include ornaments, plants, and these gold tiles that are already in your garden. So that one there, basically, you want to get different stuff around it. So, for example,
snapperweeds, then.
Even snapperweeds, yeah, exactly.
Take the sting down by a point, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that's the plants. Oh, and then the last ones are the moonflowers and the evil eyeballs. So these are these score based on how many of either diagonal or straight lines that you create of them. So for the moonflower, for example, it likes to grow in diagonals, and each one is worth the number of plants in that diagonal. We've sort of added a score across the bottom just for ease of reference, but you'll see here that this one is worth 1. If you get 2, it's worth 2 each, so it's worth 4, then 3, then 4 each, then 5 each. The reason that's important is because the urn, which I'll explain in a minute, doubles the score of the plant that it's under. So you need to know what the individual score each of these is worth. The evil eyeball is the same, but in rows and columns instead.
I like.
Okay, cool. Right, so up to the ornaments. The ornaments are slightly different. You'll see there's a few in the garden available for bidding already. They cost money to build. Basically, you get like a kit when you pick up the tile, and you've got to pay for some glue and some bits to get them put together. These you can retain from round to round. So if you got hold of a gnome and didn't have the coins or didn't want to spend the coins, you can just keep it from round to round until you do get enough coins, and then you can just build them all in the last round if you wanted to, or build them as you go. It's entirely up to you. The gnomes are worth VP based on how many you get into your garden. So if you build 1 gnome, it's going to cost you 1 gold, so it's nice and cheap, but it'll only score you 2 VP. If you build your second gnome, it's going to cost you 2 gold to build the second one, but now you get 5 VP at the end of the game instead. And obviously, as the cost goes up, the number of victory points you earn will go up as well. The urn is like the double letter score in Scrabble. Essentially, you build it, and then you plant a plant on top of it, and then it doubles the score of that particular plant. Because during the planting phase, you can put your tiles in any order. So you could build the urn, then put a flower in it, or put a flower in, build the urn, then put another flower in. It's entirely up to you what order you do them in. But yeah, that doubles your score, and those cost 2 gold each to build. And then the last thing is the all or nothing fountain. So there are segments of the fountain. You can see here, there's one of them that is just a quarter of that fountain. To score the fountain, you need to get 4 pieces in the square shape that you can see here. If you've got all 4 pieces, that's 20 victory points at the end. If any of those pieces are missing, it's nothing. It's worth nothing at all. And each of those pieces costs 2 gold to build. It is very hard to do. It's very much kind of like a chaser thing, but we found that the people who do it tend to do better, or not, if not win the game. So
yeah.
It's worth keeping an eye on the player that's trying to do it. So so that's how scoring will work at the end. Scoring will work on your board here. And then the last phase is just a little quick cleanup phase. So all these cards here get discarded. If your hand is then empty, you pick up all 6 of your cards again and you refill your hand essentially to start the game again. Then these will all refresh, all the unique monsters down here. New set of tiles come out, and then we go in for the next round. Game lasts for 4 rounds, and then we tally up our score at the end.
Question: the most gold you can have is 10 for the whole game?
No, well, if you can dig these out, that's 9 gold altogether.
Oh, I thought there were 2 here. Okay, 9, yeah.
Oh, no. But no, the zombies will earn you a gold coin just for going in there. And then you can also earn gold by coming 3rd in a column or row.
Oh, you did say that. So, earning by placing the zombie, is that you get to, like, dig it out, or you just get it from, like, a general pool? You get it from the bag, then?
You get it from the bag, yeah.
Okay. So, there's no digging required. You just get it. Cool.
You just get it, yep. So that's basically it. The AI deck will run the 3rd player for us. It's really simple. It's just like flip it over. It tells you what position to place it in. And then at the end of the round, it also tells you if it wins a row or column, which tile it will take based on the arrow that's on it. So that is really simple kind of implementation just to make sure that the numbers stay correct during the gameplay. I think that is everything. Oh, no, tell a lie. You will also need a secret objective. So you do have a way for scoring that is just yours. So there's a whole deck of them here, and they will have different things on them that say how they will score for you. So after you tally up your score for your garden at the end of the game, you'll also see how much these secret objectives have scored for you as well. You'll be dealt 2, and you get to keep 1. And they will have various things. So this one, for example, is you get 2 VP for each gold coin you've got at the end of the game. This one is each of your Snapperweeds is worth 3 VP rather than negative 3 VP. So that one's quite nice if you've got lots of if you want to pick up a lot of the pink ones. And then this secret objective is based on having unique things in rows and in your columns. So like 3 unique plants in a column will score 4 VP. And they have a maximum of 12. You can only score 12 VP max off a secret objective.
I like the art. They're like this. I don't know. It looks like something where, kids are like, oh, ghosts and stuff. But then there's a lot. I mean, you have the tile placement and sort of tableau building and all that stuff. Sort of.
Yeah, it's
layered. I like that.
Thank you. Phew. It was something that was a bit of a concern when we did Ghostal. We had not issues as such, but just trying to make sure we had the right tone of like the gameplay versus the actual game itself. And the game's the game was quite light and simple, with a few little like twists that made it a bit more interesting. But one of the things we got called up on was the use of pentagrams, and we didn't even consider it. We thought it was like a pagan thing, and obviously pentagrams are quite a spooky symbol for use. So we just thought, oh yeah, spooky, that'd be great. And unfortunately, that did have not a huge backlash, but it was like people did comment and saying, oh, I wish it didn't have those. Yeah, something to consider. It's been an interesting journey, but yeah, the artist that we got for this one she's just done a phenomenal job. So right, so. Let's grab those 2. So those 2 are the rest of my zombies. Right, so if you wouldn't mind just drawing 2 cards off the secret objective deck over here. pick one to keep, flip the other one, and then put it back in the deck so that I don't know what you've got. I'm going to go for that one. So let's pop that back in. And then what I will do is I like to set mine across away from me so I don't lose it.
Should I shuffle the secret objective, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter now, no. So that the secret objective deck is no good to us now. Right. So do you mind if we get started then?
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Second. Cool. No problem. So if we're going second, you get an extra gold. If there was a third player, they get 2, and then if there was a fourth player, they get 3. Just sort of offsets the first player advantage. Right. So I'm going to keep it simple because I'm just. What was my? Oh no, I'm just going to guess. Right. I can't be bothered to pick it up. Right. Let's keep it simple. Simple scientist. That looks like a safe spot. I'm just going to pop that there.
Okay.
Oh, and I gain a coin. Yep. Sorry, I forgot to grab my coin.
That you do. I'm going to put this here.
Cool. So you get to rummage, which is just a free token from the bag.
And I get to put it...
So you put it into like a little pool that you'll have at the end of the round, basically, and they'll all go in at the same time.
An angry David the Gnome.
Yep. He also features somewhere in one of the cards. I think he's the ghoul. Yeah, he's not a nice guy. He is not. Right. So
is he stabbing the ghoul?
Sort of. Cool. If the ghoul has an accident. Right. So I've just flipped the AI deck. The first card was already filled, so I flipped a second card, and that said position 9. So that places a zombie there. Right, so back round to me. So obviously there's a very good choice for me there. So I'm going to do that. That gets me a coin. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't get me a coin, does it? Because I get 3 in a row now. So I get any tile from the bag. So I'm just going to search up and grab. Oh, I'm probably not going to get that. So I'm going to grab an evil eyeball.
So that wasn't random. Rummage is I just rummaged. You did what, Alt Shift and looked in the bag to see what you wanted? I did, yeah.
Gotcha. Exactly. Yep.
All right. My turn. Yep. There we go. Okay.
Cool.
So I get a coin. And that's that.
That's that. Cool. So I'm going to just... Green gets position 3 and pops a skeleton in. Okay. Right, so for my last card, I am going to... I'm going to guarantee that. So I'm going to... Oh, no, I've only got 1 gold. I can't do it. That's annoying. Okay. I will instead... Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I get that. All right, I'm going to go for that one. So that's the skeleton. That lets me dig up one of the spots in my garden. So I'm going to dig up that one there and take the gold from it.
Okay.
Lovely, lovely. Yep, that's my go.
So can you purchase stuff? Purchasing is essentially the action of placing a card. You just bought it first, correct? So I can't place and then purchase, right?
Correct, yep.
Gotcha. All right, so I get a coin, but then there's 3 zombies, so I get to take any.
So instead of the coin, you get the bottom ability instead.
All right, it goes back. Take any plant means what? I get to look into the bag.
That's right. Yep. And then any of the 6 plant tokens.
Okay, I'm hitting Shift Alt, but all I see is like just the bag. Image closer.
Ooh, maybe a right click and search. There we go. Cool.
All right. I'll take. Now, do I? How do I turn that off? Okay. Now, do I get to place this, or just put it there waiting?
Yeah, it just waits until the end of the round now.
Okay.
And then green will pop that there. Oh, they've lost their ghoul, so they've used all three of their more powerful characters. Okay, cool. Both zombies not powerful. Right, so end of the round. So now we're going to figure out what we've won in terms of bidding. So in the top row, green has won it. So for green, we go back to the AI deck. We're just going to pop all these cards back in, give a quick shuffle, and then we'll flip over the top card, which says it takes the left-hand one in that row. So it would take the gnome. And then you and me are tied, so it goes to player order after that, which really sucks because it means I have to take that. Because there's no tiles left, you would get a coin instead. Perfect. Right, so next one. It's yellow, so I win that one, so I'm going to grab that. And then green as the second player would take that one. And then down the bottom, you've quite clearly won that, so it's your choice of Urn or Gloomy Bloom. Nice, cool, so we'll get rid of that. Right, and then we go into the columns. So 5 for me, 4 for yourself. So I'm going to grab the... Do I want that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I won't be able to chase those.
5 and 4. You said I thought you said you want that or want. You said want. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. Cool. So you would then get the Moonflower instead.
This one?
Yep.
What is that? Oh, that's the one where I have to do it diagonally, right?
That's right, yep. Cool. So next one, yeah, you've quite clearly won that one, so that's all yours.
I'm tempted to go for this, but the fact that I'm not going to get this one, I'm just going to go for...
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, there's only 6 of these in the whole bag, so it's if you're going to chase it, you've got to go straight away. And then the last one, they dominate this row. It doesn't mean they get to take 2 tokens. They would still only get to choose 1, but it doesn't matter because they would just... We'll just get rid of the tokens anyway. Yeah, so now we go into sort of the planting phase. So now you can take what you've just earned and pop them into your garden. So I'm going to do that because that seems strong. I'm going to throw that over there because I don't care what that is. And then you're going to go there.
All
do
right,
I want to go fountain?
Let me just take a peek up at these again to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Look at my secret objective. Okay. Okay. I'm not ready to spend any money on the gnome yet, so...
Yeah, me neither. I've got that fountain beast and I'm thinking, maybe. Okay, cool. So now we enter cleanup. So for cleanup, it's discard any cards from the center. So green now discards those 3. So for the next round, you're just stuck with whatever 3 cards you've got left in hand. So grab those. These get refreshed, which is a real shame because I really wanted one of those and I just didn't have the gold to start with.
I was looking at that Nosferatu, but I didn't get a chance to.
Well, fingers crossed it'll come back round. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we might get lucky. No. Oh gosh, that is insane.
Wow, a lot of variety here.
Yeah. Oh dear. It's a good thing it's a good card.
It is a good card.
Right.
We'll have a lot of gold. So yeah.
That's a very strange situation. Right. Then tiles come out. So let's do those. Oh. Some of the pumpkins have flipped over as well in the bag. I don't know how, but it's just like, what has happened? DDD. Pop those in. That is a very odd situation. Yeah.
Not ideal.
New. You're now first player, so you get the first pick. Cool. Right. Okay. So you get to dig a piece of your garden now, which is nice. See, moonflowers are, they're in ascendancy there. We don't want to let you get too many of those, though. Right. So I'm going to do exactly what I need to do here to just make sure I don't lose all those points. So I'm going to pop him in there. And then that lets me dig up, and if it's a plant tile, I get 3 gold for digging it up. So I'm going to dig up that horrible snapperweed I had floating around there. There we go. Oh, there's the mummy. Right. Okay, that changes things a bit as well. Right, so I'm just going to grab that overlay. So now that marks that card for me. And then we're going to just pop that there so I can figure out where you're going to go. Number 7. There we go.
Is the AI's turn or my turn?
It is now your turn.
Okay. What is that, a mummy? What do they do?
He helps you build things quicker.
Yeah, but he's not worth anything. Yeah.
Unfortunately not, no. He does fetch things, so he could grab you that gnome if you really fancied it. Or an urn.
Oops, sorry. Fetch ornament, then build for 1 less gold. But only an ornament, though. Ah.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Right. Oh, sorry. When I bought that skeleton, I should have sacked one of my cards, so that's now gone now for the rest of the game. So that leaves these
sense.
2. Yeah. Let's. It's not a. Right. Grab my zombie and make that 3 in a row there.
Oh.
To grab that one. So let's have a quick search of the bag. Grab myself an evil apple.
Remember that. I always forget that.
Yeah, it's something we sort of. It's like a tic-tac-toe kind of thing that just kind of, I don't know. It just made sense in terms of the rows and columns thing. Yeah, bit of a sound choice, I hope. Anyway, right. AIs go. Sorry, on their gas in. 4, nice. So there you go there.
And then back to me.
Back to yourself, yeah. So if you've got, there we go. Yep.
Probably could stack all these up, save some space.
So I think that gave you 3 in a row there. So instead of the coin, you should be grabbing something from the bag.
Oh, okay.
Or would you rather have got the gold?
No, well, that's not a choice. So we're gonna. I'll abide by the rules. Oh yes. Oh yes. Come on. Work with me now. It just won't.
No. No, it looks like it's frowning. It's like, oh, there you go. Ah, nice. Cool. Right, so did you grab your plant tile?
Oh, yeah, I did. I grabbed the pumpkin.
Ah, fantastic. Cool.
I'm sorry.
Right,
I'm sorry. I was just messing around with the coins.
That's cool. Right, I'm going to do that because I have to. So I rummage. Oh, right. Okay.
Why did I grab that? I should have grabbed something. Oh, what was I thinking? Why did I grab that?
You want to do a quick swapperoo before Green takes their go?
Yeah, that was dumb. Think about what I'm doing here. But what's more valuable?
Nice. Yeah, and then Green places there. So, would you like to have a go at the sort of the tallying up?
Yeah. All right, so we do rows first, correct?
It's up to you. Entirely up to you.
Oh, okay. So I'll grab. I got this one. So then you will get you'll get either that one or a coin, right?
Well, no, I have to take whatever's left. So.
Actually, I'll take this. Sorry.
Cool.
Sorry for the.
And then I get that. Sorry, I was about to say. Oh, lovely. No, not for you. Cool.
Oh, here we're all tied up. So turn order, you go first, so you get to go first.
No, so you're first this round. So you were first player for round 2.
Oh, I will take that.
Cool. So I get that one. The AI player is always last in turn order, so they basically just get nothing there.
Makes sense.
And then at the bottom
is definitely well, you go. Yeah, so it's you. Yeah.
Me. So I'm going to.
I'm assuming you're not going to get the snapper. Yeah.
Yep.
And that goes out there. In terms of the columns, that would be the AI.
Cool. So, let's pop that. Shuffle. Oh, no, spin. Get there in a minute. Right, flip. So they would take the bottom one. I got lucky there.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, no, you're red. Sorry. Apologies. That's your tile. Phew.
No worries. I got this one, so I'm going to take...
Oh, dang it. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then this one is certainly you.
Definitely me. So I will... Oh no, you're not in this one, are you? So
Nope.
I'm going to grab that one because I'm more likely to get a patch together than 3 in a row of those. Cool. Right, so on to planting. So let's have a look. So I'm going to put that back there. That one. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to pay 2 gold to build the urn that I've got.
Oh, and what you put is worth 2 more points when it's placed on it?
It is, yeah. So I'm going to pop that on top and now double the score of that apple.
Oh, nice.
Which is quite nice. And then, do I want a gnome or do I save the gold? I think I'll save the gold.
Do we do this in tandem or we could do it one by one?
In tandem. So you start planting as soon as you like.
All right, so I'm going to do the same. Pay for the urn. Put one of the moonflowers on it. If I can just pick up one, that'll be great. And if I could pick up one. I really wish I would have put this at a different angle.
Yeah, but that's still pretty solid. Nice. Very good.
How does the gnome work again?
So it's just the number of gnomes you have in your garden. If you get up to 4, you earn 15 victory points at the end of the game.
So if I put 1 in, it's going to cost me 1 to put in 1, so it kind of breaks even.
Yep.
It gives me an opportunity to build up on it more.
It does.
Seems kind of worth it to me. Can you see my secret objective?
I cannot, no. All I can see is the back of it.
Okay, because on the thing, sometimes I forget whether or not people can. All right, we're good.
Cool. Right, so that's the end of the second round. So discard the cards. Obviously now your hand is empty, so you get to refresh your hand and take everything. Which means that lovely skeleton I just bought is going to be super handy. Right. Cool.
Why am I shuffling it up like it? I only have 6 cards, so that
I've done exactly the same thing
I
before.
bought nothing, so it doesn't make any difference. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
I shuffle it and then go, okay, oops, I just remembered. Yeah.
That was pointless.
Nice. Well, it's an automatic reaction, isn't it? You just kind of grab your hand and go shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, wait. Let's just pop all those in. Here we go. Right. Pumpkins.
And this plays 1 to 5?
1 to 4. We tried to sort of squeeze in a 5th player, but it just the numbers just wouldn't work. So the 4-player game, it wouldn't work unfortunately. For the 4-player, there's an extra row here of cards that you can place. There's another 3 spots available basically, and it works quite well with 4 players. I find that's the strongest version of the game. But there is a solo mode that where you're building like 3 gardens in tandem, and you're trying to sort of score the best one basically.
I like
so it gets quite.
So.
Fantastic. Okay, so should be right up your alley. There is a second version that we were tinkering with using the AI deck, but it wasn't as interesting. AI's fine, but it just kind of, I don't know. I'm not a fan of AI decks myself, AI mechanics myself, but it was the only way that I could think to get this one to function at 2 players.
Gotcha. It's funny. We've been home for all this time. I have so many games. My wife's like, how come so many? Because there's 5 of us here. I remember my wife and then I have 3 girls. And my wife's like, how come so many games are 4 players? I was like, because the math just works out well for 4. I was like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's the big problem we were finding with Kickstarter, especially Kickstarter games, where it says, "Oh yeah, now you can unlock the 5th player expansion." Like, oh yeah, chuck it in, and then you put it on and go, "This is why this is taking 3 hours longer than it should."
Or it goes by so fast, like I didn't build anything that I wanted. Like,
Oh gosh, yeah. If it goes the other way, yeah, it's we reduce the round number or something. Yeah, it's such a strange thing to do. I do like that some. I think is it Stonemaier? One of the companies is basically putting this is 1 to 5, but ideal at 3 and 4. That kind of thing, which is quite nice.
The honesty is good to just. So I went into my actual spreadsheet just to go in and put in the how many players for everything, so I can take a quick glance. Oh yeah, that's 5. Let's go. Because the shelf is just packed full. I'm like, I don't remember.
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, the number of games I sort of overlook and go, oh, I don't remember that one, and then try and play it again. Yeah. Cool.
First world problem of too many games. So
I know it's a weird thing to complain about.
There's so many. It's just like wow.
Well, I've been on a real hiatus recently. I've got one of those 5x5 Calyx jobbies, and it's completely full. And I had to instigate a rule of like, if it's on the floor, it goes out the door, kind of thing. I've just got to make sure it fits on the shelves.
I just made myself like hey, this is a box of things that I'm going to sell or give away just to create space.
Good shout. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of curation. It's always good. Right. Yes, so we're on to round 3. So I believe start players back to me again.
Yep.
So I'm just looking at this table and just thinking there's a juicy looking. Oh, sorry, we forgot to reduce these, so they should all be new.
That was a couple of blood oranges in there. Interesting.
Yeah, they are awesome if you can really power them up. Right, there we go.
Oh, 3 out of 4. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting because I am going to immediately buy one.
I can understand why.
So I'm just going to chuck him out, grab that werewolf. He's going to leap into there. To grab me that. Just the one. There we go. Beautiful. There we go.
Interesting.
Oh, and then a new tile will come out to replace the one that's gone.
I'm sort of second guessing what I want to do here. I could follow what you did, but then I could also not.
Yeah. The tough choices. Blimmin' out. This. I don't know what's happened with this deck. I promise I shuffled it. And it's just been a real.
No, they have to be all along the same thing, right? Or just diagonally, period.
No, it has to all be along the same. So these would score once, and then if for example, you place that there, you've got the option to either score this diagonal, which then makes it these two and that one on its own, or all 4 of those and that one on its own.
So, I think all 4 one on its own would probably make the most sense.
That is solid, yeah. Hopefully you'll pick up a few more, maybe. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple more of them in the bag somewhere. Oh, double zoom. That's crazy. Right, so AI, what are you going to do? Let's give him a flip. Oh, he took your spot, so no. 7. There we go. There we go. Cool. Right, well, I've got to do this because I really don't want that in my garden, but equally, I don't want any of that. So let's play it safe. Oops.
So how big is the team working on this?
It's just myself and my business partner, so it's just 2 of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've been out of the game for a little while. We did, like I said, we did a previous one called Ghostal, 2017, I think it released. Okay. We've done a few bits of, we've kept our hand in the game with expansions, and we've recently moved into doing tables as well. But the gaming side of it has been kind of, we made a bit of a mistake, to be honest. We did Ghostal, didn't expect it to do as well as it did, and then kind of looked at each other and went, what do we do now? Because we didn't have a second game set up and ready to go.
Gotcha.
So we've kind of learned our lesson on that, and we've got this one and then a few others sort of mid development as well, just to make sure that we've got something to follow on afterwards, hopefully, assuming this one does well. Kickstarter's become such a different animal since when we got involved.
All right, I'm going to pay to... Oh, if I can put that in there, that'd be nice. Okay, it just doesn't want to cooperate.
Oh, is that 2 there? That's...
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2. Oh, sorry. Right. Oh, there we go.
That's That's pointless doing it there. Does that even make sense to do, really? All right, so I just get to take anything?
Any plant, yep.
All right.
Cool. Right, so yeah, there's AI. Oh, no. Yep, there we go. Cool. Just grab one of these overlays quick and just pop that over your card. So remember that you pick that up in the end of the round. So then it's mine. My last choice. So I don't want to use anything useful here.
So more zombie than skeleton or ghoul.
Yeah. The ghoul was a tricky one. We were trying to do what do you call them? Art boards. I can't remember what they call them. Basically, like a load of images to sort of show what you're after, and all the ghoul images were pretty intense.
Is that blood? Yes, it is.
Yes, that's a lot of blood.
Boss zombie.
Is he eating that dead body? All your zombies get. Yes. So that one's a booster.
That's pretty inexpensive given what it does.
It is pretty good. Yep. Usually people ditch their zombies, but if you can get one of those early, you can kind of
keep control 4 rounds, of the bidding. Right?
There is, yeah.
I can't afford it anyway, so it's moot. I can't afford it.
I'll get that. Oh, dang it. Yeah, no, it's quite often you sort of go, and then can't quite manage that one. I'm stumped because I really
don't. The longer you take, the more I get to figure out what I want to do. So I'm good.
There's
only 3 places you can go, so
there is. Yeah, it's not a huge.
Well, no, I don't mean for you to rush. I just mean for me to figure out what I want. It's like only 3 places, so it'll be what it'll be. Oh, cool. You did use the ghoul. I was hoping you would not do that, but here we are.
Right, okay.
Here we are.
Unfortunately, that seemed like my strongest option.
So I'm going to go here. That guarantees some sort of happiness.
Yeah, that would. That would have been a stronger option than the top row. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Rightio. So top row. Right. So I win that one. So I'm obviously going to grab that one. He can deal with that. Because the werewolf doesn't contribute anything. You don't get any tiles, not even gold. So he's quite weak in terms of bidding, but he's very strong in the actual grabbing of stuff in the early game. What's I doing? Maths. I was doing maths. 6. So you win the second round. Second row here. Cool. He'll take that again. Hurrah. Then the bottom row, I've got 2 in here. And they've got 2, but I take precedence. So, no, I reckon I can pump that up better than a pumpkin. Cool. Then on this one, it's me. So I grab the pumpkin and then pumpkin as well. Cool.
Yep, that worked out really nicely.
And then gnomes and gnomes. And then I think green gets the other one because I don't contribute anything. I don't even get any gold. That sucks. And then the last one is me and green. So I'm obviously going to grab that because I don't think I'm going to accomplish that by the end of the round. Cool. Right. So plant your ill-gotten gains. Or carefully orchestrated gains.
I forgot the cost of the gnome goes up, so I got to pay for that. Oh, crap.
Pop you there. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep winging it. That will be fine. That'll be fine. Fine. You go there. And then I might as well actually just pop the gnome in for now.
But it costs twice as it costs 2 coins now. Right.
For your second gnome, yeah. I like the way yours is sort of filling up like a Tetris board. It's quite nice.
I've been humming
a bit more higgledy-piggledy. Do you know, I was listening to a podcast recently. I didn't realize the little pieces had names.
They all do. I don't know what they are, but they do have names.
No.
And they're also, I believe, tetraminos.
Tetraminos. That's a good word.
I hate to be that guy, but I have to dump a card, right? Because I have 4.
Yeah, you should. One of your guys should have been sacked.
All right, so I just put that over there.
Sacked as well.
Yep, good old Tetraminos.
Tetramino. That's a lovely word. It's one of those kind of rolling words. Very nice. Right, let's pop those. Do. Right.
Saboteur zombie. So you can't do anything with them until you have 3.
Yeah, that is one that is a bit strong in the late game.
Give plant tile in your garden to. Okay, so I guess if you have some snappers you don't want. Might be saving some money on cards. I don't have any money, but yeah. Oh,
yeah.
This is on me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Cool.
Take those out. And I would go first, correct?
That is... Yeah, that's right. Oh, I better pick these up. Flip. I did it again. Just spun them round.
Is there anything that lets you rearrange your garden?
There isn't, no. Only remove or add them.
Interesting.
But that would be an interesting extra ability. I'm just going to write that down.
I just thought about it.
That's such a cool idea.
It'd have to be expensive for something.
It would,
maybe
yeah.
Something that's expensive that you couldn't use until the end. Well, no, that might make it too good. I don't know. I'm not a designer. I'm just a guy who asks questions.
Well, there'd be nothing wrong with, say, the ability to swap 2 tiles over in your garden or something. That's a cool idea, though.
Or for multiple iterations of that card, maybe you get to do it twice and you get an additional one or something. I don't know. But that'd have to cost a lot, though, because you could really do some serious damage based on, how much of it you could do.
Yeah, I mean, you could take one look at your garden and go, right, that was a real mistake. I'm going to put that there. And yeah.
And say to your opponent, no, there's no mathematical way you could win. They just go, seriously?
Haha, I do this. And then win the day. If I do that, I need that. I need a needy. Right, I'm going to do that. Dig out that bit of gold there. And then the AI will go. Flip it. 8. Oh, no, that's taken. 2, that's taken.
That's taken. 6.
That's going to make that a bit easier. There we go.
Sorry. Yeah. How much of a jerk should I be?
Super.
There's not even real incentive for me to do that move. I don't know if I could. That wouldn't guarantee me anything anyway. What is most important to me at this point? Yeah, that 4 there kind of messes everything up. Oh well. Oh, I get a coin, correct?
That's right. Cool. Okay. I don't think my gold's going to be much use to me at the end of the game, so
This is the 3rd round?
This is the 4th round.
Oh.
So this is the last round. It used to be based on how many tokens were left in the bag, but we found that if it went to 5, it was just that little bit too long for players. I don't know. I'm really tempted by one of these, but I can't see myself using it right now. The shapeshifter would be really useful.
Does gold break ties?
It does, yeah. It's the first tiebreaker. No, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna grab this guy, and that one's gonna go. Yeah, no, go there, because I reckon I could grab that. Cool, and I get a coin. Then AI, where do you want to go? 5. Ah.
I can live with that. Did you get your 3 of a kind 3 thing here?
Green would have got it, so nothing happens. Oh, did you do the dig action from your skeleton? I think you still got.
No. Do I have to do it?
You don't have to. You could remove some of the gold from your.
Oh, duh. Gold. I like gold.
Gold's good.
Okay, so if I dig that up. Okay, so I can. What can I? Oh, okay. Now I have. Okay, so at the end I can afford to put another. Okay, cool. All right. Let me just take my turn here. This or that? I'll do that.
Cool. Right. I think I kind of have to. So I'm going to spend 4. Oops. Go in the bag. You as well, and then that last one. To fire my last zombie and grab the shapeshifter.
Which does what?
It copies the 3 ability of an adjacent monster, so it allows me to just grab a plant tile from one of the bags. So I am going to
do a little magnifying over here. Use the 3 ability of any adjacent monster. Interesting.
So I'm going to grab that one just in case. There we go. Cool. And then, pop my overlay, and then green pops in its last one. Okay, cool. Right, so I didn't need to do that. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, cool. There we go. So that's the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the rag and bones were coming back round again. There we go. Cool. So would you like to tally up?
Sure. So for the first row here, you are in the lead. You get to pick first.
So I'm going to grab that one.
I thought you would grab something else. But I guess you already have something to satisfy that anyway, so you don't need it.
I'm hoping I can try and get my secret objective better fulfilled now.
Gotcha. All right. Down here is clearly the AI.
Dang it. Right. So, I need to flip those, pop those back in. A pesky gnome. Right. Da-da-da-da. And the AI takes the gnome. Which leaves me with an urn.
A good old urn. All right, down here, I am in the lead, so I'm going to take that.
Cool. I got a useless gnome.
Oh yeah, you can't pay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was useless to me too because I only have so much money. All right, so
yeah, money is tight. So that would be.
This is you.
Cool. So I'll grab that one.
This is a tie. So between you and I, you went first.
Yep, you're first in the turn order.
Oh, I can't do anything with this. Can't really. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, cool. And then
this will be. Oh, I'm tied, but I always go before the AI, so I'll take that.
Cool. AI takes a lovely Snapperweed. Right, cool. Right, so for the last round, I was kind of hoping one of my guys would get me an extra coin there, but never mind. I can't afford.
Well, we both
that.
have 1 coin, so.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
nightmare.
Pop them in there.
So, that would have been lovely with an urn on top of it.
There.
Dang. Right, let's do that. So that's one.
Urn costs 2, right?
Sorry?
An urn costs 2.
It does, unfortunately, unless you get the mummy to build it for you. And then I have to put you in. Oh, see, I got 3 of the pieces as well. I could have.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were building up to that. I was so focused on my own stuff.
Yeah, I was trying. I was really trying. Just couldn't quite manage it. Oh, actually, if I pop that in there, that should earn that.
The linear pumpkin still is a rectangle, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, that is a row, and that does count. Yep. Perfect. Cool. Right, so if you're happy, we can go into scoring.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Ready, let's do it. Right. Okay, so first on the list is I've got the printed version of the pad here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use that to do the scoring. We recently realised though that the urns are on there and they don't actually score, so that's something we're gonna have to scoop off later. Right. So moonflowers. Moonflowers are the first one.
Okay. I have a set of 4 and a set of 2. So that's 16. So that's 20 points.
Nice. I have 1. So that's 1 point. Cool. Right. And then it's evil eyeballs underneath.
I have 1.
1. Cool. So that's 1 for you. I believe one of mine is on an urn. So let's have a look. Yeah. So 1 is. So that's worth 10.
Oh, one. Okay, one of my moonflowers is on an urn.
Ah, cool. Right. So that would be worth an additional 4 points. That's actually 24. Nice. Cool.
So that's 24 plus 4. So 28 plus that 29 plus the evil eyeball, right? Total.
So yeah, this is so that's 4. Sorry, which one was it? This one here?
Yeah.
Cool. So that one's worth 4, 12. So 4, 8. Yeah, 4, 12, 16, 20. And that's 24. So it's 24 altogether. And then the evil eyeball gives you another 1. So that's 25.
25.
Cool. So that's that one. Then it's on to gloomy blooms. So how many gloomy blooms did you manage to get?
I had 4.
4. Any on urns?
No.
Cool. So that's 8 points. Nice. Pumpkins? Oh, wow.
I had 4.
All in a nice patch. Cool. I've only got 2 in the patch, so that's only worth 7 points altogether for me. Then it's the blood oranges. So I think it's just me on those.
None. Are you keeping both?
So,
I forgot. What do I have? I forgot what I had now. My total score. Are you writing all that down?
I am. Yeah. No
okay,
worries.
cool.
Yeah, I've got the score pad here. It's a good test run for it because it's the first time, only the second time I've used it, and it seems to be okay. Right. So for my blood oranges, this one here is going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nice.
And then the bottom one is going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 11 altogether. It's not massive, but that's cool. There's only a few in the whole bag, so getting any's
Seemed like
something.
it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. So gnomes. So I've only got the 1.
I have 2.
2. Nice. You get the 5. Neither of us went for fountain, so that's 0, 0. And I think we both managed to keep snapperweeds thoroughly out of our garden, so that's good.
Not a 1.
Not a 1. Cool. Right, so that's those. And then the last thing is the secret objective. So an additional victory point for each gloomy bloom. So that's another 4 victory points for yourself. Cool. And then for me, it's 4 for each column with at least 3 unique plants in it. So that's a no, yes, no, yes, yes. So I get the full whack. Cool. Right. So I managed it. Right.
Wow.
Phew. So 12 points on that one. Cool. Right. So let me do the tally. So that's going to be 4. Nice. Okay. Wait. No, start again. 31, 39, 46. Sorry, my brain has just stopped working. There we go. Right. Reset. 59. And then this one here. 61, 71. Okay, cool. Right, so final score was 54 for you and 71 for me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
wow. I thought it'd be closer.
It was reasonably close. Oh, no, that is a very close score. That's very good. Yeah, I think it came down to the secret objectives, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't get an... yeah.
Well, it's interesting, but that the Gloomy Bloom was one of those secret objectives that we nerfed a little bit before the final print run was done, but that's actually showing that there's a potential that is not suitable. It should be 2 VP each or something, because it maxes at 12 anyway. So
so having 6 would be
so it would instead be worth 8 victory points to you instead. So I'm gonna look into that one for
talk to the people who are making this game. See if you can get a good word in there. I'm kidding. Obviously, that's you.
Talk to those guys. Yeah,
talk
they might know
yourself.
something. Go talk to myself. Just stand in the mirror. You talking to me? Classic. Right. Yeah. So that's basically the whole game. Sorry, well, it's not the entire game. This is the sort of basic version of the game. There's also an advanced version that uses slightly different scoring methods. So please excuse my terrible graphic design because I did these myself. But essentially, this is kind of like the advanced version where each of these plants has an alternative method for scoring. And the plan is to have each of these each of these plant types on its own separate card, so you can mix and match between this side or this side for any of them. So you could potentially have it's quite a few combinations, but these are slightly more tricky to pull off, and they sort of generate a lot more thinkiness to the game as well.
Placement is that much more important. That's interesting. That makes sense.
So, it was a comment that came up from one of the playtests was basically, this reminds me a little bit of Quacks of Quedlinburg, except Quacks uses more variety in how the tiles are used.
I have not played that game. I played Taverns. Wolfgang Warsh's, I don't say a follow-up, but the game he made after that one. But I have not played this one.
Do you know, I've not played either. Really need to. But it is.
You ever play any of his Rolling Rights? The Clever series? Apparently they just announced a third one. I love those games. Oh, they're so good.
No, I haven't. Is that with Stronghold? Are they the ones doing those?
Yes.
Ah, right. No, I've not had a chance to play any of those either. So. But yeah, it was a. Oh, sorry, my son's just taking himself. He's at the age where he's potty training, so he's.
Oh, no worries.
Every time going to the toilet is a new adventure. So there's alternative scoring here. There's also these secret objectives. There's 10 different ones in there, so that kind of changes up the gameplay as well. And then obviously with the special monsters, they can change up the play style you could do. So, for example, I was picking up quite a lot of ornaments. So if more mummies had come out, I would have tried to dig into more of those. But yeah, that's the game in a nutshell, really.
I like it. This is very fun.
Oh, cool. Thank you. A few. There was that moment at the end where you go, But
no, I like it. This is fun. This will definitely appeal to people.
Oh, excellent.
Tableau building.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot going.
Deck building esque, depending on how much money you spend.
Exactly. Yeah, it's. I'm not sure. I tried to put it on BGG recently, and it's up there now. But I had to kind of rein in how many different mechanics I listed, just in case people go, "What
obviously,
is this
set collection and tableau building are ranked much higher than the deck building aspect, but it's still present based on how you play. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. I mean, is this the sort of level of game that you would aim for in your own collection, or are you more sort of Euro game, or?
I could see myself playing this with my kids frequently. They would really like this game and the artwork.
Oh, fantastic! That's good to know.
Dig this.
Cool. Yeah, it's like I said, it's trying to walk that fine line between spooky and not gory.
It's cartoony. I don't mean to say just my kids. I would sit down with people who are 40 years old like me and let's play. Whatever. It's fun. That's the point. It's approachable. It's fun. You can add, like you said, you can mix and match some of the ornamental flowers and stuff. Yeah, it works.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much. And thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. Yeah. I don't often get to play it 2 players, so.
Oh, okay. What is your window for release and all that good stuff?
So the hope is to get the Kickstarter available for sort of Halloween-y time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, seems like the perfect opportunity. That's the plan at the moment. We are working with a few other reviewers and such to sort of pop those things out, and I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, some of the artwork here is still in the concept stage, so we'll get that finished off during the course of either the next couple of months, depending on how much budget we can garner, or during the campaign based on how successful we are. Yeah, and the hope is just to produce a light, small package that has a lot of game in it. So,
well, I'll let you get on with your evening, right? That's what time is it there?
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, 20 past 6, crikey. Right. Yeah, so it's evening time here. So, yeah, cool. Well, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Is it, what, lunchtime for you guys now?
Yeah, a late-ish lunch. Yeah.
Oh, a late lunch. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Not too, it's almost 1:30, so it's fine. Yeah.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for demoing the game. It was a lot of fun.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for giving me your time.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too.